Are you local?
Now then, welcome to Sunny Scunny Podcast with me first guest. Yeah, John Henderson.
Good morning.
Good morning, and it is morning. Well, it's nearly afternoon because John was supposed to start at 10 o'clock and he arrived at about 25 past. It's like waiting for fucking Nina Simone.
I had jobs to do.
He had jobs to do. He had his washing cycle to finish. John, nice to have you with us, mate.
Thank you very much.
An old friend, in more ways than one, because you're 60 plus now, aren't you?
60 in a little bit.
60 in a little bit.
Tiny
John,
bit.
do you fancy a quickie?
Yeah, always.
Little bit of a settler. You've just got to answer off top of your head your first answer.
Right.
I think I know the first one. John, Berkeley or Barclay?
Barclay.
You're wrong.
Always been Barclay.
Move on.
Always been Barclay.
It's got 3 E's in it and he's calling it Barclay.
Barclay.
Oh, you lived there? So you should know that it's Berkeley.
I lived there for 20 years.
Okay.
I was born and bred on Barclay Estate.
I'm not familiar where that is.
It's just like over the road there.
I'm up against it all right.
Barclay.
Yeah. Question 2. If you could have a superpower, what would your superpower be?
Invisibility.
Is that to go in showers and stuff?
Exactly.
Yeah, most people choose that. Generally perverts. If you could only have one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? What would you choose?
It'd have to be fillet steak.
Yeah. I'm a steak man, but I'm more ribeye, to be honest.
Fillet steak.
If you could only have one drink for the rest of your life, it'd be a big one.
It'd have to be San Miguel.
San Miguel. Good old British drink.
Yeah.
Who's the most famous person you've met? Other than...
Astro out of UB40.
Oh.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Late 80s.
The late Astro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a bit of a UB40 legend before the brothers started falling out.
Yeah, that's a different story altogether, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. What's more believable to you? Ghosts or aliens?
Ghosts don't exist. Aliens definitely do.
Oh! How
Can't-
can you back that up?
I can't back it up with fact.
Although,
But you can't be a tiny little planet like that and nothing else in the whole
I agree.
universe exists.
Have you ever seen a UFO?
No.
I've seen 3
Yeah.
that are ridiculously, that is not of this
I agree.
realm.
And who's ever seen a ghost?
I tell you who hasn't seen a ghost. Every person on any ghost programme. What a crock of shit that is, isn't it?
Oh, he told us to fuck off.
Oh yeah,
Well, I never heard it.
I'd like Derek Akora when he gets took over. Anyway, yeah. So it's aliens are more believable. Brilliant. If you was on Mastermind, and it could happen, what would your specialist subject be?
Do you know what? It's funny, and I have got an email because I've applied to go on Mastermind.
Are you sure?
They want to do a video. Yeah, they want to do a video interview with me to go on Mastermind.
What's your specialist subject?
Well, you see, I think you've got to pick something small, ain't you? Because then they can't ask you millions of questions about it.
Yeah.
You can't do like the works of Charles Dickens because there's loads. So I'll pick UB40's first album, Signing Off.
Signing Off. Great album. Great album. In fact, I didn't particularly like any album after that.
Yeah, the Present Arms was good.
Was you there at Leeds Queen's Hall for the Labour of Love tour?
Yeah.
Shite, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, well, Queen's Hall was a shithole anyhow.
It was a car park.
Yeah, it didn't make it much better, did it?
I saw Tapau there supporting Bryan Adams, believe it or not. But that, I believe, if I could be wrong, but it's never been known, I believe that's where the loudest concert ever was recorded, which was The Who.
Yeah.
I think that was at Queen's Hall. Anyway, so it's UB40 is your specialist subject.
Yeah, but you have to pick 5.
Yeah. Oh, is that it?
Well, no, you have to pick 5. If you get on the show, you have to pick 5 because you have to have a different subject every round.
Oh, you have to pick 5. You've done research into this, haven't you?
Got the email. I'm just waiting for my video interview.
Brilliant.
I'm just doing this first to get used to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a little bit of dipping his toe in the water of social media and media. Happy days. Right. It's looking like assisted dying is going to be an option. And I believe it should be. Why should people suffer? So assisted dying is past tomorrow. Who would you like to assist to die?
I'm not saying that on camera.
There's too many to choose from, isn't there?
Yeah, off the top of my head, I can't pick just one.
That's a very nice answer. You can't pick one, and you wouldn't say it on camera.
Well, she wouldn't like it.
She wouldn't like it, yeah. And we ain't got to the 10th anniversary yet.
Yeah. It'd be, I don't know.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Don't matter, why not?
But it's a question for you at home, isn't it? Who would you like to assist to die? And lastly, this is a Sunny Scunny podcast. So, what pub, institution, or shop would you like to bring back from the past in Scunny that meant the most to you? If you could bring it back, where would you choose?
A lot of people would say Furnace Arms, wouldn't they? Spent a lot of youth in it, a lot of time.
Yeah. Lincoln Inn for me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Never went in a great deal, Lincoln Inn.
Coffee bin.
I didn't go there much.
You would never have got across town for that,
no,
would you?
it's too far. You know what
Plus
I mean?
it was full of hard kids, wasn't it?
Well, it was too far.
It was too far.
And they were all scared of me.
Plus your scooter wouldn't have got you there.
Yeah, I wouldn't, yeah, I would...
Furnace Arms was great.
Quick,
It had a fantastic jukebox.
Yeah, off the top of my head, it'd be probably Furnace Arms.
You see, I would have had you down as poacher.
Yeah.
But it had too many different landlords to be consistent, I think.
John Stanley was the best landlord who ever was in Poacher, and that was when it was
Yeah,
at
John
his
was
peak.
good. Yeah. Are you dismissing Proc? Yeah, he ruined it.
I'm not dismissing anybody.
Yeah, I am. He was shite. I go on record as saying it.
Well,
and Jamie. Wayne was a good lad. Rest of them, cocks.
Yeah.
Right. The reason we're here. I had to buy that £2.50 from Chav World. I think it's called Sports Direct. So today is all about the iron. Yeah. Okay. So, John, Hendy, Hendo, choose a scarf. Would you like the badge of unity, which is there, which for me is still the classic badge for Scunny, or do you want the bar of iron?
I'll pick the bar of iron because it'll piss more people off.
Yeah.
Because I've picked it.
Right. You go for the bar of iron. I am...
Do I have to put it on?
Yeah, you do, yeah. We're scarf wankers now.
Just got to get it lined up right, haven't you?
Yeah, because it can be quite misleading. I've seen a few of them pictures. So, this is a bit like This Is Your Life. John, you were born in Scunny and have lived in Scunny all of your life, but more importantly, and the reason for this podcast, you have been a one-team man. All your life you've been a one-team man, and you go on record having a go at people who are not from this town. That's fine.
Is this a true or false question?
No. You've been a one-team man. You've been Scunny through and through.
With a little pause in between.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're
allowed a little pause.
But that's where life got in the way.
Yeah.
Life gets in the way. You've been a supporter as long as you could go, which originally would have been at the magnificent OSG.
All Showground.
Yeah.
Amazing place.
Love that place. First cantilever stand.
Yeah.
Ever.
Great atmosphere with 1,400 people there.
And one of the few places where you could change ends at half time. And go mix with the rival.
Unless you were playing Grimsby or
Preston.
Or Cardiff or somebody.
Cardiff or Millwall. In fact,
Wigan.
Millwall just decided to come in the Scunny end, didn't they? But they weren't banking on coming up against Big Anna. That didn't end well. So your early years, I've got you went to Berkeley Infants.
Barclay Infants, because I was born and bred on the Barclay estate. There was Barclay Infants and then Barclay Juniors.
You see, you get bark on a tree. You don't get Burke on a tree, do you? So you went to Berkeley Infants and Berkeley Juniors before having to walk up the hill.
Yeah, walk up.
To big school.
Big school, yeah.
High Ridge.
High Ridge, yeah. Then there was two High Ridges.
Why?
At the time.
Where was the boundary to change between whether you went to Foxhills?
You had a choice.
Did you?
You could have gone to either.
Right.
On Marsden Drive, a good friend of mine who lived like 3 doors away, he went to Foxhills.
Ooh.
Half went to Foxhills, half went to High Ridge.
I think High Ridge was regarded as the better school for education at the
time.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
I won't go that far now.
Well, they're all academies now, aren't they? They're not even schools anymore. They don't have school disco, they have proms.
Yeah, shit.
So, you're saying your first visit to the old showground was circa 1978-ish?
I would say about around then. You know, I went because I'd have been, 12-year-old. And you just went everywhere when you was 12-year-old, didn't you? On your push bike and that. Just like...
First day of holidays, that was it. Be back. And what time did you have to get in?
When the lights
When
come on.
the lights come on.
Yeah, because you could go at half-time, just after half-time, and the gates were open, weren't they? So
They were. The big red gate at the back of Donny Road, where it went down the 10-foot.
Yeah.
We used to, I've done it on another session of mine, where we used to leave attendance centre on a Saturday, making a few more undies Harrowells, and we could go on the treader from Bushfield Road all the way up to Old Showground. 5 minutes after half-time, big red gate open, watch the rest of the match. And the Iron were in League 4 at the time.
Yeah, Division 4.
They was there for years, weren't they?
Yeah, and quite a few times I had to apply for re-election into the league.
Because there was no leagues to drop down to as such, was there?
Yeah, you had to apply for re-election, didn't you?
And if I remember as well, it seemed to be predominantly northern towns, wasn't it? You didn't have many southern towns in there.
No. There'll be one or two, not off the top of my head, they don't even exist anymore.
Yeah, because things like Portsmouth and that had to come up, didn't they?
Yeah.
And what have you. Yeah. But it seemed to be always northern gritty towns. And I've called you a supporter, most respectfully, because that's what you are. You're not a fan.
No.
A fan likes the team. A supporter pays his or hers or theirs. Got to keep down with the kids. You pays your money, you pays your wages, you support the Iron.
Yep.
And fair play to you for that. So, what we've done, you're going to like this, you can play this at home. So, it's all about your ultimate Iron 11 with a few subs, a favourite manager, and one or two little things at extra time for good measure. And for the viewers, this is not a tactical positional 11, nor do you have to have seen them play. No, just if you could choose an 11, Scunny, this would be it. So, let's get ready for kick-off. Oh, it's upside down. See the difference in that? All right, put the whistle down, Baxter. So what you'll be seeing at home as well, we're going to mention the players, and you'll see it on the TV screen. Yeah, the players, and this is a proper trip back down memory lane, and some of them are quite recent as well. So let's get into it. This is Hendy's all-time SUFC Iron 11. Now you go in, we've only crossed on 3 players as well. So you are going for Joe Murphy in goal. 201 appearances, no goals.
Well, he's unlikely to score, isn't he?
No, he could go up for corners.
I could never remember if he ever even went up for a corner, because we didn't need to when he was in goal, because we'd be like 3-0 up.
Plus, when we had a corner, he was too busy at the other end. Chelping. The opposite fans. Yeah. He was good at that.
Absolute quality wind-up merchant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
He was. He was a class act.
He was good at wasting time as well.
And a Republic of Ireland international.
Yeah.
So he's got Joe Murphy in goal. I've gone for Paul Musselwhite.
Paul Musselwhite's a club legend, isn't he? Because he's
Yeah.
still there now,
Yeah.
and he's been there forever.
Yeah.
And he's good.
Do you know why I like him?
Why?
Because I bought a settee off him. And he lived down this shitty little alley at Scorby Brook.
Yeah.
It was a devil to find. Just a 10-foot, and then
Yeah.
it goes round for about half a mile. And I went in and I went, you're Paul Musselwhite. But the other reason I like him is because he made the easy stuff look spectacular. He did tend to arch his back and tip one round that it could
Yeah.
quite easily have caught. couldn't he?
God, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, well,
Yeah,
we've
that's
got
a fair-
Muzzer. Yeah, and he is still at
fair
Scunny,
point.
so happy days. Number 2. Can you remember who you've gone for?
Graham Alexander.
You've gone for, as I have, Graham Alexander. 159 appearances, 18 goals, which would have been 19 if he didn't miss that fucking penalty in the playoff final. Was that against Blackpool, that one?
Blackpool, it was, yeah.
Did Jason White miss one as well, didn't he?
I think he did, yeah.
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 That was a long day out, was that?
Good goal from Tony Dawes on that day.
Yeah. And a Scottish international. And still in the game. Who's Graham with it at the minute?
Bradford, he manages Bradford, doesn't he?
Manages Bradford. He was with Preston for a
While
while.
we're
wasn't he?
talking about managing, he should never have got sacked as manager.
No.
But that's a different
But
story,
there's
isn't
several contenders for that
it? Yeah.
that will come in later, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've gone for Graham Alexander as well. Number 3 is one of 3 that I've agreed on. And number 3 I also agree on. Neil Poynton.
Yeah.
Class act.
Class act, didn't see him a lot, but, you know, he was a class act and went on to Man City.
Everton.
So, yeah, he was a good player.
159 appearances for the
He
Iron.
was a good player. And he had a good perm,
Great perm.
didn't he?
In its time period, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd look a cock now, but in its time frame, it was a good look, yeah. Went to Everton in 1985, 159, but he only scored 2 goals, which
Yeah.
I think back then, if you were a defender, you was a defender, weren't you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't go flying up the wing like they do these days
No,
and that, do they?
no, you didn't have. I don't even know what they call them now. What's a fullback?
Well, it's
What's a
one of them.
halfback?
Half-back, full-back.
Yeah, you're either left defence, right defence, or you're in the middle
Yeah.
of the bastard, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 4. You've gone for Andy Crosby.
Well, who else?
Well, I'll tell you who else in a minute.
Well, you can't have anybody else apart from Andy Crosby at number 4
Yeah.
because the guy was a mountain.
And bearing in mind, there's a difference of 8 appearances, but a marked difference in goals compared to Poynton.
Yeah, because Crosby took penalties, didn't he?
That would be it.
And I don't think he ever missed one for us.
Did he not? Isn't
No.
that the same supposed to be said for Jack Brownsword as well?
I think, honestly, stats will say Crosby never missed a penalty for us.
167 appearances, 15 goals.
Yeah.
To say he was penalty taker then, you would have thought he'd have had more.
Yeah, well, we didn't get many penalties.
Well, yeah, there'd be
Oh, well,
like
15 penalties. Well, how many appearances did he have?
167.
What's that? About 4 years, isn't it?
Yeah. But he wouldn't have got in the team at the same time as Andy Stevenson.
Yeah.
Andy Stevenson. Yeah.
How are you picking him over Andy Crosby?
I'm not picking him. I'm just picking him because he's a good mate of mine. And it went down on record. Apparently, I ruined his career.
I better not say he was gashed then, had I?
You know, but he was a smashing lad, but he was far too quiet for that bullshitty footballer environment. If you've ever been around it, they're not of the same sort of... They don't live in the same world as we do, let's put it that way. But Andy did live in the same world as us, and he lived in the Lincoln Inn with me every Sunday. Yeah. His career probably went downhill when we both discovered Thunderbird.
Thunderbird?
The drink rather than the TV series. But Andy Steve-O. Love you, Steve-O. Number 5. Dave Murphy.
Quality player.
Quality.
Another up there with Crosby.
Staggering amount of appearances. How many do you reckon?
He had 3 spells, am I right? It's 3
like
spells, I would think nearly 300.
237.
Oh, right.
How many goals do you reckon?
None.
10.
10. Can never really remember him scoring. He'll have been a header off a corner or something like that.
Yeah. I've gone for Jack Brownsword.
Yeah.
Because he's got a way named after him.
Well, anybody who's got a way named after him has got to be in the same, haven't they?
Yeah, there's a Jack, there's a way. We'll talk about Jack in a little while. Number 6, Jack Cork.
Jack Cork was brilliant, didn't play that much really.
No.
On loan from Chelsea, I believe, only a young lad at the time, but then went on to good things at Burnley mainly, didn't he? Who played a lot for Burnley.
He only made 34 appearances.
Yeah, he was only on loan, wasn't he, for that
2
season.
goals, but an England international.
Yeah, and I think he's only just recently stopped playing. He's one of the coaches at Burnley now, I believe.
Right. I've gone for Peter Beagrie.
Oh, yeah, how can you miss him?
I know, because he the thing with Beagrie was, at that time when Bry was flying high in the Championship and what have you, Beagrie had come down from the Premiership with Middlesbrough, hadn't he?
Yeah.
And he was just so much better than everybody else.
Oh, he was, yeah.
But to the point, every game was fucking showboating, which I'm all for. The look down on showboating. I used to pay my money to watch people showboat, like Eddie Gray. Just class, you know. I want to see that. The last person you had before he started getting more inclined to try and get a foul every tackle, Grealish had it. You could pay your money to watch Grealish, and then he turned into a cheating bastard. That's the thing.
I still like Grealish.
Do you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Can't stand the bloke. Can't stand the bloke. But Peter Beagrie, a class act.
And he could do a somersault.
He could do a somersault. But having been in his company on a few social occasions, he is an absolute cock. Yeah.
I'm not sure you're allowed to say that.
No, I can. I've just said it.
There might be a...
Yeah. And he wouldn't deny it. Yeah.
There might be a court order against you.
No, it was just that football circle.
He was a bit of an arse, wasn't he?
He was an
Wasn't
arse.
he allegedly beat his wife up or something?
What a bombshell.
Didn't you hear that?
There's the thumbnail.
Yeah, he actually
She must have been
He
small.
got the boot off Sky, didn't he?
Can you imagine me trying to beat Rachel? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he used to be on Sky commentating a bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then he disappeared. It was some
It
domestic...
may or may not have had something to do with domestic violence.
It might have done.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? But I tell you what, it's a bloody good rumour.
I read it in the Sun.
Yeah, and let's be honest, anybody who's been married, they don't know when to shut up, do they? They don't know when to shut up. Number 7, we've both agreed, KK.
Kevin Keegan, you can't... Yeah.
You can't not.
Never saw him play, obviously, for Scunny, but...
Well, you say you can't not, but both of us have gone for 2 goalies other than Ray Clements.
Yeah, well,
He's only one of England's finest keepers, arguably.
Well, there is that, isn't there? Yeah. So but you've got to have Kevin Keegan in, haven't you?
You've got to have Kevin Keegan. 124 appearances and 18 goals. I thought he'd have had more than that.
He was
Learning his trade, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was a
learning his
kid
trade.
against men then.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Because back then, if you got in any team in any of the 4 divisions under the age of, say, 21, you were a proper prodigy because you had to go there first, clean the terraces, clean the boots of the first team, wash the changing rooms down. This is, you know what I mean? Can you imagine the players nowadays?
No, I wouldn't do it, would I?
Pick a Scunny player now. So Cal Robert, just nip and clean them boot. You what?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Me? I'm a superstar, yeah. I think that level of respect is something that football massively misses.
Yeah, well,
I do. Because they're instant superstars now and just difficult. With no personality, they're given everything.
The majority are. Some of them are still,
I
would say, quite
you
humble.
come across one occasionally.
Phil Foden, he seems like a normal sort of guy, like, for the amount of money he's got. Like.
He does, but the thing with Phil Foden, you've got that amount of money. why would you choose to have a haircut of a chav?
He
It
is,
just
isn't he?
looks like a raggy ass off Riddins, doesn't it?
On the point of
Or
like,
Westcliff, whichever.
the money and that they've got now, I heard that somebody had a job at Man City, like in winter. What they do is they go out and start the cars up for them before it's time to go home, so they're all warm for him. And that was his only job.
I could do that.
I could do that.
I could do that, yeah.
So it's Premiership and the money ruined football for me.
That has got a bit, but I did like it when Balotelli just used to leave cars with money in.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to have an absolute superstar who don't play by the rules, at least have one like that, not some spoilt little dickhead who thinks ideas above his station.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a player who was absolutely brilliant. He was along the lines of like Lee Trundle, and he came to Scunny. This was about 7 or 8 years ago, maybe a bit longer, because you notice that the older you get, your time span, you've no idea.
No idea at all.
And he came and he cheated for a penalty at the old showground, but he was an absolute class act.
Yeah.
And I seem to think it was Blackpool. Don't know. But he annoyed me that much that he had skill in abundance above everybody else, but he still cheated for that penalty.
Yeah.
And got the player sent off. And I waited for him in the bar up in the stand, because they always have a drink after. And I went over and I says, "Can I have a word, mate?" I says, "Yeah." I says, "You're a cheating bastard."
He played
says-
for Scunny at the time?
No, I didn't play for Scunny. He was playing against Scunny.
Right.
But he was a class act, whoever he was. He was so good. It was like Lee Trundle at his best.
Yeah.
And I says, "I'd paid money to watch people like you, and you still have to fucking cheat."
Yeah.
And the goalkeeper stood up between us. I says, "I'm not getting aggressive, mate." I says, "But you should be." I says, "You should be disgraced."
Yeah.
I says, "You're a disgrace to football." And he just went, "It's 3 points."
Yeah, you don't be bothered with
And
it.
there lies the level of respect. Because today, you know, they call it gamesmanship. It's shithousery. You're cheating, mate. You're cheating.
I like a little bit of shithousery. Danny Whitehall's fantastic.
Oh,
mate.
he's a proper shithouse, isn't he?
Absolutely fantastic, but you know what I mean? But
Yeah. No, cheating's cheating.
I don't think he cheats.
Cheating's cheating. You know, I'm Scunny and Leeds, dependent on whatever. And Bamford, it's such blatant cheating. It's not gamesmanship.
No.
You're fucking cheating.
Yeah,
Start banning them for it. Anyway, I digress.
we were digressing.
We've gone, Number 8, Jim Goodwin.
Yeah, I gone for Jim.
I have no recollection of Jim Goodwin.
Jim Goodwin.
He sounds like when you see albums in charity shops.
Jim Goodwin, he played at least 2 or 3 seasons for us when we was in the Championship.
84 times.
84 times, yeah.
6 goals.
Midfield hard man.
Yeah.
You have to have
Republic
one
of Ireland International.
Yeah, and manages in Scotland now. I might be wrong, but it could be.
You've never been wrong, John.
It could be St Mirren.
Never.
I might
not
be
to
wrong.
my knowledge.
It
Right.
might be Motherwell. It could be anybody.
Motherwell, yeah. No, she's dead, but thanks for asking.
Could be. Yeah, he was a great player. Jim Goodwin got stuck in. What you need somebody in the midfield like that, don't you?
I think you're lacking height in midfield at the minute, but we'll not go there. I've gone for Tommy Graham.
Yeah.
Just because there was a brief period up at the old showground where he played on the wing and striker role, but he was just lightning, and he seemed to have just the skill and
Yeah,
the
well,
pace.
that's at the wing. I'm more
He was
about
Arthur Graham's brother.
centre midfield. I'm going.
Oh no,
for.
we're not doing positional. Pissing about. I ain't got time to say you're playing. There's 11 of you. Sort it out between yourselves. And number 9. There's not many bigger names than this. You've gone for Paul Hayes.
Yeah, another club legend, isn't he?
Yeah.
3 spells at the club.
Yeah.
Didn't score shitloads of goals. I don't know what his average is. He only about 1 every.
Do you know he
season.
could have scored a shitload if he didn't keep waiting for the spectacular?
Well, he could have scored shitloads if he hadn't passed to Billy Sharp or Gary
There
Hooper.
was that, yeah. How many do you think he notched up for the Iron? There was
many games?
244 appearances.
How many did he score?
You do
I
look
would
nice in
go-
that scarf.
Thank you.
I think you should take that down to the... I'm not even going to refer to it as the Attis because it isn't.
Right.
Glanford Park.
Granford Park. How many did he score? I would say
Out of 244,
70 odd.
65. 65.
Which is not a great goals return, is it?
No.
But
like you say,
he was playing with Hooper and Sharp.
he did knock a lot down as well, didn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah. I can't remember Billy Sharp winning many headers.
No.
I've gone for Barry Thomas.
Yeah.
Just because I met him, he was very humble, and apparently the people in the know.
You're picking people that you've either bought a sofa from, or you've met him, or you went to the pub with.
Or I've looked after a microphone at a gentleman's evening.
Yeah.
No, he was borderline in tears. He was blaming himself for the inflated prices on players because I think he was the first player over £1,000 or something. But a lovely, lovely man. And like you said earlier, people who are older than us, bizarrely, there's people like that in the world. They say that he was just class.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they had to sell him as well. That was the thing, it wasn't a choice.
Did he go Newcastle, was it?
I think it was Newcastle, yeah.
And I believe he had a better goals to game return than Alan Shearer did at Newcastle.
Right.
I'm led to believe that. And so we're going to get slagged off for these stats that are coming
No,
out, aren't we?
I can fully understand. I was sceptical when you said you might be going to Mastermind, but now...
Can't wait to win that crystal ball.
Yeah, is that what they win?
A crystal bowl, yeah, that's it.
The last time I watched Mastermind,
I watched the final the other day, it was ace.
Magnus Magnusson was
No,
the host.
Clive Myrie now, he's brilliant.
Right?
Yeah,
Do they still put a chair with a light on?
yeah. The final was on the other night, Monday night, I think. It was brilliant.
A mate of mine watches, what's it called? University Challenge.
No, it's too hard.
Well, him and his missus play it, and they very rarely beat each other 2-1 out of a full series,
Yeah.
out of a full
And there's a
episode.
programme on before it where there's I don't know what it's called, with them shapes and things like that. And it just fucks your head up, man. Oh,
That's
I can't do
Crystal Maze.
that. No, I don't know what it's called.
And Eddie Tenpole's doing that. What's that all about?
I don't think it's on anymore.
I haven't watched telly for a while. I either watch YouTube or porn, to be honest. Number 10.
I'm on for Billy Sharp.
You've gone for Billy Sharp. Now you're talking goals return.
Absolute quality player. How many? I mean, what's he on? Like, he's 700 games in his career.
Yeah.
And great player at Scunny. And you could never
Shite
fault.
at Leeds.
Could never fault him. Shit at Leeds. Did all right at Sheffield United.
Same with Ian Rush.
Done all right at Donny.
Yeah.
Absolute wanker when he came back and scored against us for Donny.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people forgive him for that.
No,
but
no.
I'll let him off with it.
Yeah. So he had 82 appearances.
50 odd goals.
Yeah, 53 goals. That's decent.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. I've gone for Tony Dawes.
Dorsey, absolute brilliant bloke.
Oh, he was.
Brilliant bloke
He
as
was.
well. I got to know Tony
He
quite
was,
a bit.
but he went to the dark side.
Where?
Got it.
Yeah, but when he came back...
No, you can't forgive him for going to Grimsby. No.
He came back and ran the academy.
I don't care.
Scunny.
Damage is done, Tony.
No, Tony.
Take your fish and do one.
He's all right, Tony.
Yeah, no, he was
Nice
class
bloke.
act. Class act. Lovely bloke.
Lovely.
Lovely bloke. And your last...
Are we on the last one already?
Only in part 1. I get to blow the whistle again in a bit because we've got a... Do you know, this is what a diva is. He says, I've never done out like this before. He sent me a rider. Now, a rider is like your requests of things that you want. So he's insisted on digestive milk biscuits.
Digestive chocolate biscuits, yeah.
Digestive
You've
milk
got to have
chocolate
them, haven't
biscuits. Coffee, it has to be sweet X sweeteners. You know what I mean? Yeah. And a little, what's them small horses?
Shetland pony.
Shetland ponies.
And a gift bag.
Yeah, he's got a Shetland pony grazing on my lawn.
And a
Just
gift bag.
because he likes to come, like football players that go for a warm down, he likes to stroke a small horse.
I like to stroke
He
horses.
liked to stroke horses. I worked with Daniel O'Donnell once. Everybody thinks he's a lovely singer. He's a lovely Irish boy. His rider, in his changing room, has a little pony that he puts fags out on.
Yeah, I can understand that. from
Horrible
him.
man.
Yeah. I can
Horrible man.
understand, yeah.
Very aggressive. You've gone for number 11?
I'm remembering, to be honest with you. Oh, Jermaine Beckford.
Yeah, you've gone for that. Jermaine Beckford. I didn't realise. Jamaica International.
I didn't.
Never knew that.
I didn't.
Leeds legend as well. Although, when he scored the goal at Man U away in the Cup, when Leeds was arguably third division and Man U were flying with all the superstars, the season after, I saw him in a pub in Puerto Banús. Me and Paddy was over there doing a few gigs, and I wouldn't buy him a drink because he'd gone to Everton. That's how shallow I am.
Rumour has it, though, we'd done a deal to sign him at the end of that season when he was on loan. And Leeds were in the shit at the time, weren't they? And it all went tits up.
That must have been the 10 years where they really struggled.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was good.
Brilliant player.
18 appearances. So all of them were on loan?
Yeah, all on loan, yeah. He was on loan from January and then scored the greatest goal that's ever been seen at Glanford Park.
It was pretty good, which we will see that in a little while. Up on big telly. And my number 11... before we get to half-time, where I have to go get biscuits.
And coffee.
And he insisted that I make them in a pair of shorts. Yeah, in a pair of shorts with no top on. But, you know, it's just nice to have people here, so you have to do what you do, don't you? I've gone for club legend, highest scorer, Stevie C.
Yeah.
Steve Carmack, I remember just watching him. That was my early days of, like I say, leaving attendance centre, getting at half-time. Steve Carmack, red strip on, and he was losing his hair then.
Yeah, quality.
He had a little wisp on top still, but yeah. So that...
Can't argue with that.
My old comfies. Oh, that hurt, didn't it? We're in quite an enclosed environment. So go grab yourself a pucker. Go grab yourself a Bovril. Do you know they don't do Bovril at most places?
I don't have a drink at half time.
Do you not?
No, you just
man,
go for
you're
a
that
piss
age,
and that's
you'll be
it.
pissing
You just go for a piss, that's
I've noticed you do go to toilet roughly on 76 minutes in most games.
Because it's like just before the end, and I'm off to the pub, so I don't want them going to the toilet as soon as I get to the pub, do I?
No, but when I'm stood in Donny Road and watch, I know he's going to be going for a slash any minute now.
Yeah.
And you always do the same thing. You stop just before you turn to the toilets, have a quick look if there's going to be any chance of a goal, and then you totter off down, and I'm shouting you and you're oblivious.
Well, I'm a bit deaf.
Because of the crowd noise.
Yeah,
it's hard to hear me over 3,000 people.
It's electric.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to go get... freshen up, biscuits, grab yourself a pint. We'll be back in a mo. Say bye-bye, John.
Bye-bye, everybody.
See you in a mo.